Hare Krishna, good evening everyone. Welcome to our evenings, Wednesday evenings, when we speak about knowing yourself. My name is Ojasvi Das, and this is my wife Sudevi Vilasini, Devi Das.
I don't know, should I translate today?
Yeah.
Last time was without translation and we are finishing the topic.
As you want. We have a lot of Russian people, so... I mean... What do you feel? You don't want to translate?
No.
So?
No, last time it was in English language, so we will just finish
okay.
with this, yes.
So, welcome to our Wednesday day when we speak about knowing yourself. And today we will finish very simply the topic of wonderful steps for advancing in our lives.
For mindful life.
For mindful life, yes. To be able to live in the present moment. And we have very special today finishing of these wonderful steps.
Yes, so since last time my husband was alone and he did all the program in English language, so today we will continue and there will be no Russian translation.
If someone on Russian is here with the Russian speaking language, yes, please write to us. If something is not clear, we will just clarify simply. Okay, let's start with the singing. And I was thinking these days we can just a little bit share something about forgiveness. We can just share a little bit something about like going to meditation with forgiving to ourselves, forgiving others, accepting life exactly as it is, and releasing all tensions which can be there. Many things happened, which we experienced from the side or from in our lives, but 99.9% of them are based on misunderstanding, miscommunication, or such things, and we can freely release them and shift our lives completely in, what is this, 180 degrees or not 300, what is this? 180, yeah? 180 degrees. So our life will shift wonderfully and we will find the peace. So if you feel anyhow some kind of stress, some kind of anxiety, some kind of you cannot release some heaviness, some load from your heart, please just now we can together go to Lord Krishna through the singing, and after we will just a little bit spice up the bhajan, the sound vibration, the spiritual sound vibration, which we created with the singing, with some wonderful topics.
For those who just joined us, and in the case that you don't know us, we will repeat. We are Ojasvi Kirtan, namely Ojasvi, and my name is Судеви Виласини, and you are on our channel Ojasvi Kirtan, where we share devotional music and inspirational content. And on Wednesdays we are going live with a program which we call Know Yourself with Oджасvi and Судеви Vilasini. So we discuss various topics related to yoga, to meditation, to mindful life, mindfulness, and just happiness and joy tips.
Yes. Mindful life is very, very important, and it's not always so easy. It's not always so easy to be in the present moment. But as all of us know, most of our worries was not actually, we never met, almost never, our worries. Actually, life always happened in a different way, which actually surprised us, and we found ourselves even in better maybe conditions and situations than we was thinking and imagining. So let us now remember these moments, let us now remember this point, and we can go simply in the singing. We will sing slowly, gently. You can please relax yourself, take a deep breath, and you can, if you desire, if you can also, make your back straight. And relax yourself completely and just enjoy in the sound vibration.
चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः.
We offer our humble respects to the Guru, to the spiritual master, who with the light of knowledge lightened our way so that we can see, we can finally see who we are exactly, what kind of gifts we have, and what can we offer to the world, and to be happy as we are. Namaha Vishnu Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauramani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. And let us not forget, now we pay our respects to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord Nityananda, and others, their confident followers and companions, who actually brought from the spiritual world this sound vibration of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The whole world today is singing this mantra in different ways and reaching the spiritual joy. And it's by their mercy, it's because they brought it. They spread it all around by singing and glorifying. And in this way, we just can say that we are so grateful to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu and others for their mercy and giving us this wonderful spiritual sound vibration. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whoa.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for your blessings. We feel your energy. And on the Instagram also, thank you all there for your participation, for your presence. And today we will finish the wonderful topic of steps.
5 steps to a mindful life.
To mindful life. Actually, last time we did the most of them, but today we will summarize with wonderful points this topic for the steps for the mindful life. Yes. As you know, to have a mindful life is something very precious. It's a gift from the Lord. It's not that something what we can really get by our efforts. It's very hard to have deeply, genuinely softened heart. That is a blessing from the Lord, and that is something what we can really get through the blessings. And what I wanted to share this evening with you, and to finalize this topic, what will really help us to have a truly mindful life is something what we will now hear from through the question of wonderful devotee called Uddhava, of one very deep person who was very close to Lord Krishna when Lord Krishna was present on the planet Earth. So, let us hear the question from Sri Uddhava.
And for those who never heard about Uddhava and you would like to read about him, we can show you the book. This book is called Srimad Bhagavatam. It's very known. It's very known book by now, and yes, just to highlight where we are reading from.
It's a jewel of Vedic knowledge, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and it's something what actually Srimad Bhagavatam appeared when Lord Krishna left the planet 5003. Sorry. Oh.
God bless you.
I'm sorry.
Confirmed. So Srimad Bhagavatam appeared exactly that.
When some personalities was asking Sri Krishna, what we will have when you leave, we will be destroyed, and he said, there will be Srimad Bhagavatam and Vedic knowledge, especially Srimad Bhagavatam, because the glories of the Lord are described so nicely, so sweetly, and so precisely in this book. And let us hear this question. This is the like we can say the final step, and something what will give us wonderful blessings to reach the final step of reaching the mindful life. Like people say, your good is better, and some people say your better is best, but actually they say your better is blessed. So this is more something, because we are very narrow, and our heart is egocentric very often, and we cannot see the truth. But when we become a little bit humble and meek and soft and sensitive, then
it doesn't mean you become weak.
Yes.
All those qualities, they actually belong to very strong personalities. It's easy just to be egoistic and to be harsh on everyone, but it takes so much courage and so much strength to answer with kindness on whatever comes to our life.
Yes. For example, I read once in Sarajevo, in my birth town in Bosnia. It was in public transportation, written there from Muhammad. What Muhammad from Quran, what he said.
Sarajevo is capital of Bosnia, and how you will call of Bosnia, yes, and there are lots of Muslims there, so that's why in the public transportation you have quotes from Quran.
And Muhammad said, you will not show your strength by conquering your enemies. You will show your strength by forgiving. So he said, the one who is really strong, he is forgiving. He can forgive. So this is the true strength, and it's everywhere acknowledged by all great personalities, and everyone who becomes a little bit noble and goes a little bit deeper into meaning of life. Okay, let us finally hear this wonderful question. It's actually a question. So Sri Uddhava said, my dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, what type of person do you consider to be the true devotee? And what type of devotional service is approved by great devotees as worthy of being offered to your Lordship? So this is something we cannot find this. We cannot reach this by ourselves. So it's something what we need to touch by special answer, which Lord Krishna will now say. I mean, the answer is very long, but actually not so long. Actually, the purport or description or comment on all these meanings which Lord Krishna answered, it's long, but because they need a little bit description, but we will read shortly. And he said further, my dear ruler of the universal controllers. He is the ruler of universal controllers. He is the ruler of all controllers of all the worlds. We have presidents here, we have governors, we have many politicians here, but they are under the rule of higher authorities on the higher planets, and those authorities, they are under the rule of higher authorities, and those higher authorities under the rule of more higher authorities, and those higher authorities under the rule of Lord Shri Krishna. But he said, O Lord of Vaikuntha. So this is spiritual world. Vaikuntha means place without worries, without anxiety.
Can I pause?
Yes.
And you know, when we hear Vaikuntha, spiritual world, you know, that's actually such a great and liberating thing. Like today we were watching one video on YouTube about yoga and about karma, and it was an interview with a headmaster of one of yoga institutes in India, and the lady. Yes. And the lady who was posing a question, she asked, so, but you know, what is the point? You know, many people say, what is the point to do good deeds in this lifetime if there is anyway karma and we are bounded, and you know, every hour fault, you know, brings dreadful consequences. You know, what we are fighting for, and the answer was like, well, it is a spiritual, you know, it has a spiritual meaning. You just it is about being a good human, about making good deeds, and yeah, that's about this. And the lady, the interviewer, she was very actually upset. She was very unsatisfied, you know, to hear that that's it, you know, that's just about, you know, behaving nicely and doing good deeds. No, I mean, it's not I mean, but it's all, you know, we need to have a higher goal. We need to have something which is higher than that, something which will, you know, move us from the bed in the morning, which will fill up our life with mindfulness, you know, in end of everything. And you know, when we hear that we have a spiritual nature, that we are spirit and we belong somewhere, and that somewhere we can reach by being a good human in this lifetime, even though we're full of mistakes and, you know, and not always we act properly. But when we hear that there is something higher, when we hear that person who awaits us there is kind and, you know, and so understanding, then, you know, what else can give you a better, you know, mindful boost in life. So that's why we are reading from this book. It's really so liberating, so fulfilling, deeply, you know, with deeply our heart.
Yes.
Can you please continue?
Yes.
Answer.
No, just all order of Vaikuntha. Oh, and Almighty God of the universe, I am your devotee, and because I love you, I have no other shelter than you. Therefore, please explain this to me. So it's something what everyone today is desiring. Everyone desires to attain some perfection. Everybody desires to attain their true self, their true potentials, their true happiness, joy. But it's obvious that we need specific certain qualities to reach this. And how to reach this? So here, Uddhava asks Lord Krishna, whom you consider to be a true, that kind of gentleman or lady or good personality, who can reach actually this understanding. So this is the key, because without this, it's almost impossible. Only if Lord Krishna will come to you directly in front of you and take you by your hand and pull you. But it's very, very hard by our own efforts to understand the qualities and how to develop them, because today, the modern world, it's so rush, you know, it's so fast, it's so instant, everything is so covered, you know, you need to invest so much effort to understand something, to feel something, to understand what is love, what is friendship. I mean, we all understand these things, but we don't have time, we don't have energy to feel them, to experience them, to live them. So, listen now what Lord Krishna answers.
And I also want that we will once more repeat those 5 steps which we were discussing last time.
Definitely we will repeat them. Okay.
I would like so much to repeat them again.
And listen now.
I was missing last time.
My beloved wife. Without my wife, probably I would be very, very lousy and clumsy.
Without my husband, I will be tough like a walnut, walnut shell, I guess.
Yeah, we are all interdependent, and we are all complementing each other, and it's wonderful when we at least try a little bit to to use this opportunity what we got in life. So, Lord Krishna answers nothing else but the qualities. He said only these qualities will help you, because Uddhava asked, who is that true personality, and what you need to have to be such a personality. And all of you can have these qualities because you have them already in yourself. You have them already in your heart. I have them, my wife have them, you have them, but
I hope I have them somewhere.
no, you have. This is when you watch this can be proof for you. When you watch good movie, noble movie, when you watch something very beautiful, some love story, something where someone does so good things, someone does proper choices, you start to cry, you feel it inside. That means it's already inside. You wouldn't feel it if you wouldn't have it inside. It's already it's the part of us. We cannot avoid, even if we don't want, we will not be able to ignore it. Or not experience it because it's already inside in our core.
Yes, by birth we have the tendency to be good people. By birth we have tendency to live mindful life, to live pure life, to live life which brings prosperity and growth not only to ourselves but also to people around us.
Yes, and Lord Krishna, he said that the true treasure, to be rich means, he said, the Supreme Lord, he said, is to have good character. And now he's counting here, what are those qualities? Now listen, we will read them simply, very slowly, and you can write them, and you can meditate on them. And when you meditate, when you chant or when you pray, you can try to feel those your qualities, and you and me and everyone we will express them in our specific ways.
Let me read them.
You want to read? Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, just a second. I mean, it's so wonderful, the meaning of every quality, but okay.
From the Sanskrit translation or from the
But you can read just like this, just translation, because
okay, so I will read.
you can read very slowly.
Yeah, and if you have something coming to you,
Yes.
you can just add and okay. O Uddhava, says Krishna, a saintly person is merciful. First one.
Merciful.
Never injures others.
Never injures others.
Even if others are aggressive, he is tolerant and forgiving toward all living entities. His strength and meaning in life come from the truth itself. He is free from all envy and jealousy, and his mind is equal in material happiness and distress.
So here is one very, very wonderful point.
Yes.
He said his strength.
His strength is coming.
His strength and meaning in life comes from the truth itself. So this is also how we get the strength and the meaning in life. It's through the truth. Because when we speak lies, when we live in lie, whether we want or not, consciously or unconsciously, we feel very weak. We cannot know, we cannot really clearly see what we want. We get messed into the lies, into lies and spreading the forest of the lies, and it spreads very strangely in our life, and we really lose the track of our goal, of our emotions, of everything, and then somehow we can return back and start from beginning, to speak the truth in a nice manner, in a kind way, so that we can get finally back this strength and the meaning.
And we say lies not because we evil, in our heart. No, we lie here and there, a little bit in this and a little bit in that, just because we don't really feel worthy inside of ourselves. We don't really see our value. We don't see really value of our life and of everything what we have in our life. So that's why we use lie to compensate something what we think we are missing.
Yes.
But to be honest, we don't miss absolutely nothing. Each of us are so respected by the whole universe, by the whole creation, and cherished. We just need to relax and give our best. And why we give our best? Look what Krishna says here. Thus, he dedicates his time to work for the welfare of all others.
So as we can see, all over the media, all over the YouTube, or everywhere, so much more people trying to do something for others. They started maybe for themselves, and they gathered some money or something to be safe, to feel secure, to enable their life in some way. But after some time, most of people, because this goodness is prevailing actually in the world, most of the people, they start to do something good for others, and they start to do their projects because they see, they don't see so much anymore beauty in collecting for themselves and grabbing from others. They start to see that others are suffering also, like them, and so much people suffering actually today. And when you see the truth, that people are suffering and they're in very hard positions, like also we and everyone, we maybe look now nice, but we also have our happinesses and strange things in life.
Yes.
They're making us strong also, and making us to forcing us to find the ways how to express ourselves in the best way. But we are all in troubles, and when you're a little bit more intelligent, like people becoming today more intelligent, they see actually that people are suffering a lot and struggling in lives, and they actually decide to help with what they do in life.
Like in our case, from our humble side, we also driven by the desire, to assist others. We started our project. It's still only online, and maybe it is small, but it exists, and it brings some, benefit to others.
Yes.
Our project Ojasvi Kirtan, and we started it with the purpose of helping, assisting others to unveil the beauty of their own life. Because there are so much beauty around, actually.
Yes.
And what should we do? Should we read it? I mean, it is a lot. Maybe we can leave also for next time, because time is already 9.
We can just pass it quickly. I mean, slowly read, but we will not speak much. Okay.
Ooh. His intelligence is never bewildered by material desires, and he has controlled his senses. His behavior is always pleasing, never harsh, and always exemplary, and he is free from possessiveness. Such person never endeavors in ordinary worldly activities, and he strictly controls his eating. He therefore always remains peaceful and steady. A saintly person is thoughtful and accepts me as his only shelter. Such a person is very cautious in the execution of his duties and is never subject to superficial transformations, because he is steady and noble, even in distressing situation.
I will say here, in the word-by-word translation, here this meaning that he's always stable, never changes. And it's described that devotee, in the word-by-word translation, it's described that the devotee is never changing. No, he's not superficial. Yes, he's not superficial, and therefore never changing. So this is one very, very, very wonderful thing what we can work on, so that we don't change our opinion about others, but we are actually going more deeper in the knowledge about others, at least to those with whom we live, our children, our husband, our wife, our neighbor, our mother and father, our, I don't know who, someone is in community, or
us ourselves when we see ourselves in mirrors.
That's the first thing. Without that, it's very hard to know others. Without knowing ourselves, we cannot know others. This is another topic, but please always stay deep, never be superficial, and therefore never changing. Let us make this effort so that we can develop more trust between human society, within human society.
So we can continue. Such a person has conquered over the 6 material qualities, namely hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and death. He is free from all desire for prestige and offers honor to others. He is expert in reviving, reviving the Krishna consciousness of others, and therefore never cheats anyone. And Krishna consciousness here is God consciousness. This is the point of all traditions, all religions, all spiritual processes in the world, is to realize God. So in this context, Krishna consciousness means God consciousness.
To be conscious about the God.
Yes. Rather, he is a well-wishing friend to all, being most merciful. Such a saintly person must be considered the most learned of men. He perfectly understands that the ordinary religious duties prescribed by me in various Vedic scriptures possess favorable qualities that purify the performer, and he knows that neglect of such duties constitutes a discrepancy in one's life. Having taken complete shelter at my lotus feet, however, a saintly person ultimately renounces such ordinary religious duties and worships me alone. He is thus considered to be the best among all living entities.
Yes. So imagine, but we can say that all these qualities what Krishna counted here, and it's very important to because we will be happy when we will have them, not have them, when we will revive them, let's say like this. And this message can be simply said through what Lord, for example, Lord Jesus said when some of his disciples or someone approached him and asked him, who is the highest in God's eyes? And Lord Jesus Christ said, that one who is the lowest here. So this is something very, very important. You don't need to look like, low here under everyone. You can be even, the manager, the owner of big company. You can be businessman, millionaire, or whatever. But
rich people are not evil.
Yes, but your mood, your desire, your core, your heart is to help others. Sometimes you need to correct someone, higher your voice, but in this way you're helping someone. That means you're actually humble. That doesn't mean that you're puffed up, slimy, arrogant, rich man or who wants to just use others or eat them. But we can become very, actually, through being, like it's called in Srimad Bhagavatam, on Sanskrit it is said viveka. It means you have very specific intelligence through which you can, it's like to be discriminative. You can discriminate what is good, what is bad. In this way you can use even the richness, you can opulence or abundance, so to reach absolute truth, the Lord or Sri Krishna.
In the context of mindfulness, yes, our topic for last 2 evenings, I would like just to highlight one point, to turn our attention to this point. When we read all these qualities, sometimes they can sound like something unreachable, like something which is not about us, which doesn't belong to us, that we can feel like, no way, I'm so lost, and whatever is there can come to our mind, and then we lose interest to study this. We lose interest to hear about that, neither to talk about that or even contemplate on this in our own mind while nobody sees or hears us. But that is not truth, not complete truth. Yes, of course, sometimes by making mistakes and realizing our mistakes and feeling bad about this and getting into the drama, we may get covered and may not obviously express this kind of qualities, but they are inside of us. What we need to do, we need to shift from always criticizing ourselves for absolutely every mistake. We just need to move from the criticizing towards, compassion and forgiveness, forgiving. Honesty. We need to forgive ourselves for making mistakes and to concentrate on better qualities, on better outcome, that.
And also to be able to ask for forgiveness if we made some mistake.
Yes, if we make some mistakes. So this is exactly about us. It's about every human being, whatever right now they may express. Everyone has a chance, and by following these instructions, by following what is written in spiritual books and in books of wisdom, we can really, uplift our existence. And that's exactly what right now everyone is searching for.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, so shall we repeat those 5 steps?
Yes, we can repeat
And
also the 5 steps which you was mentioning last time.
And we can finish on this today.
And these 5 steps.
Take it.
Yes. Thank you. I think it's number 4.
Everything is full here. Where should I put the book?
So the first steps, the small 5 steps which can help us to make a mindful life, to make our life mindful, are that we start small. So from the early morning when we wake up, or maybe better before we go to sleep, we meditate in a specific way. That from tomorrow, I will start to pay attention to small things, to small details of life. When I wake up, how I'm waking up, how I'm reacting. Am I waking up like a taker, for example, or like a giver? So that we can immediately from the start, we can go into this wonderful mood. It's a small thing, just small thought, just the management of the thoughts inside. And also, it can be that also we need to invest a little bit more love, more sensitivity, more listening, more, I don't know, to sit to eat 5 minutes more than usually, or to spend our time with the child or with the wife 5 minutes more, than we usually spend. And such small things, they're very important. So the second thing is to free ourselves. Means to free ourselves from the prejudices, from conceptions which can be influenced by the surroundings, which can be influenced by celebrities, which can be influenced by neighborhoods or
social media.
Social media is that you have to be like this, you have to wear this, you have to speak like this, you have to be like that. It's nice to grow and to make the best version of yourself, but if that doesn't fit to you, to your nature, it can be very overwhelming. It can bring you in losing yourself. So in this way we free ourselves, so we can really go out of the synthetic ideas, artificial ideas.
How you call this a function in mobile phone? We need to bring ourselves to the factory.
Default
to the factory settings.
Factory settings, yes. This is meditation actually. Meditation helps us to come back on default, on the factory settings. So this is very important. So this was the second step. The third step, seek harmony and sustainability. This is also very important. So that's what you do, how you spend your day, how you communicate. There's a harmony in it. There's a harmony between your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. So that's what you think, you feel it and you do it. It's very important. And plus that when you make this harmony, when you make this balance, that you create something, because it's your heart, that you create something plus which will give you some sustainability in life, which will create something what you love, something what world needs, something what you're good at, and what also brings some money for living, some energy in the form of money. Let's say like this better. Number.
I guess
this is number 4, I think.
No.
Have joy
4, yeah.
in the little things. So this is also very important. So many things are passing in front of our eyes, and we can compare our living with one example. I mean, most of people, there are many people who are really doing this and already trying to help others to live in this way, because it's truth. But imagine this situation: you came to the theater, and you pass so many people. You find your chair somewhere in between hundreds of chairs and people, and you sat nicely, and the theater started, opera or I don't know, something, and then you remembered that you didn't lock your car. And you cannot go out, and you're constantly in anxiety, and you're watching there, and you're trying to enjoy, to feel this, but you're constantly thinking about your car. Will someone steal it? Will someone rob my car or take my car? It's very uncomfortable position. So let us start to have a joy in the little things. In this way, to pay attention to the little things. In this way, we will remember to lock the car.
Okay.
We will remember to lock our car, in this example, and go nicely and enjoy the theater. So of life. Yes.
We will enjoy to park our car. We will enjoy to slowly go out, check our belongings, to close our car.
Yes.
Walk to theater.
Sometimes we go so much into some big happinesses and fulfillment of some big ideas, But actually, very often we can see that people are becoming ruined by chasing big ideas, and they neglect the small things which actually you was enjoying like a child and being happy. Just speaking with your teddy bear, and expressing the fully emotions to your teddy bear, and he was completely happy, And your parents was admiring and lamenting how they was happy when they were children, and like this. So let us start to enjoy a little bit more and pay attention to little small things.
As you can see, we don't speak about new things, about something which you never heard about.
Yes,
it's all the same thing. We repeat with you all the same things because repetition is mother of learning.
Yes.
That's how we learn, how we remember.
Well, when we speak, so many things are coming into my mind, but I will try to control myself and just to finish. And the last step, which we were speaking last time, it is be in the here and now, and that means to live mindful life. All this is almost impossible if we don't think about this. What we now today share with you, this verse where Lord Krishna described these qualities, to think about them, to somehow try to find a way that you, in your way, with your conditions, with the people who lives around you, that you can, and everything is, believe me, everything is perfectly tailored for you to achieve this. We just need to shift. It's just point of view. We don't need to change big things. And I will just shortly say to you that there was one king, and he asked to his servant. Sure, I'm joking.
No.
He asked his servant to cover all kingdom with the skin, with leather and textile, cotton or something. And the servant, but the kingdom was big, because he said, we are walking barefoot, and all the time I'm hurting my feet, And the servant was confused. My God, where will we find so much of leather, and we need to kill so many animals, and just to put over the kingdom. And he said to the king, my dear king, maybe it's better to put small piece of cotton or some textile, cotton, textile or fabric, fabric on your feet, and everything will be okay. So the problem was solved. They didn't need to do so much work to cover all the kingdom with the fabric. They just put a small piece of fabric on the feet of the king, and king was happy. So in the same way, we don't need to do some big things and be somewhere all the time, but just to cover our feet with a little bit of fabric, and everything will be okay. That means just work on ourselves, and the world will change. So thank you very much. This was the 5 steps we repeated, and we shared with you before that something what is the crucial, what is the key to be able to live mindful life. So we are very grateful to you.
Yes, on this beautiful point, we're going to finish our topic, and we would like to immediately invite you to join us next Wednesday for online chanting, for Kirtan evening, because every time when we finish topic, then we next time we just sing, and then we
Yes.
open another topic.
Yes.
So you can already now meditate on joining us next Wednesday.
Call your friends.
At 8 p.m. By Central European Summer Time, and also we would like to remind you, for those who was thinking or who was searching for the opportunity to improve their singing, to go deeper in chanting, in singing mantras, devotional songs, or just, they would like to find their voice, they would like to open their throat chakra, many reasons, people searching vocal coaches. We remind you that we have an upcoming course, 1.5 months vocal course, which starts on next week. And if you are willing to join us, please visit our website. The link is attached to the video on YouTube, and on Instagram it is attached to the bio, and or just message us in direct, and we will be honored to assist you on your vocal journey.
Yes.
It is an amazing opportunity, and we have many sweet bonuses for you also. And if you like our evenings association with us, and you like our project, you can always support us with a donation using links, PayPal link and the Go Get Funding link, the fundraising campaign which we all opened. We will be grateful to you, so we can,
It would help us a lot.
yeah, with your help we are able to continue our creative work, create more music, more inspirational content. And right now we are quite short with funding, but we believe that what we do will bring good to others, and when we make others happy, then there is no doubt that universe will support us this or another way.
Yes.
So that was it about.
That was it, and let us now just water all these informations with the wonderful sweet mantra singing.
Yeah, we have some little bit maybe time. How long we are Okay, we are like super on time. No, we are not. We're over the time.
Okay, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Keshava, Madhava, Hey Krishna, Madhusudana, Keshava, Hey Madhava, Krishna, Madhusudana, Keshava, Madhava, Hey Krishna, Madhusudana, Hey Keshava, Hey Keshava, Madhava, Hey Krishna, Madhusudana, Hey Krishna, Madhusudana, Hey Krishna, Madhusudana, Krishna, Madhusudana, Hey Krishna Madhusudana. Hey Krishna Madhusudana, Keshava Madhava, Hey Krishna Madhusudana. Panduranga Vitala, Pandarinath Vitala, Panduranga Vitala, Pandarinath Vitala, Panduranga Vitala, Pandarinath Vitala, oh, Panduranga Vitala, Pandarinath Vitala, 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 Panduranga Vitala, oh, Vitala, 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 Panduranga Vitala, Panduranga Vitala, oh, Panduranga Thank you very much, dear devotees, dear friends, and see you next time. Please have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Yes, thank you. Hare Krishna and see you
Hare
next
Krishna,
time.
Hare Hare.
Hare Bol.